We've said that there are no approved treatments as at now for universal application. But the treatments that are currently being tried and that are currently being used, by the rates of those who have recovered, can we say that these treatments are actually quite effective, even though not completed in terms of the approval procedures?
Well, we cannot say categorically that they are effective until they have gone through the whole scientific process that they need to. Some of these clinical studies that you mentioned are not the gold standard when we talk about testing for the efficacy of drugs. That's the randomized control trials. Some of them are limited by the small sample size, that is the number of participants in the study, and then also the design of the study. So we are very careful until these drugs have gone through randomized control trials after showing effectiveness in preclinical trials, and then going through the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, that's the randomized control trials, before we say that such a drug is effective. And that's why, like you said, the World Health Organization is going through this solidarity trial to ensure that a lot of resources, a lot of rigor, and careful thoughtfulness is put
please
into.
hold those thoughts. I'll come back to where you stopped. We just have to take this quick break at this moment. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying tuned. I still have Dr. Bolanle Balogun with me. Dr. Balogun joins us via Skype from the Lekki area of Lagos. Dr. Balogun, thank you once again for your patience and for taking out the time to be with us. Now, you were talking about the fact, the protocol, and that until and unless that protocol is completed, you cannot say that a drug is effective and can continue to be used or have general applications. Did I get that correctly?
That is correct. If you take the example of remdesivir, we have early results showing that it's positive. It reduces the duration of time people are ill. However, they're still going on. They're not stopping the process. Sometimes when you have emergency situations, as we have in this pandemic, and you see early results, you can start using it, which is what is happening. It does not mean that you stop the process. So they still go on, complete the entire trial, and then even when the drug is in use, after the randomized control trial, we have a phase 4, where you have to keep monitoring the use of the drugs. And recommendations can change at any of this time. And because this is a new disease, we're seeing that. So we need to still watch. We're learning and seeing how these treatments go. So hopefully we'll get more than one suitable treatment as research goes on.
The other question, of course, has to do with what is described as indigenous treatments. That is, treatments emanating from here within the country. And quite a lot of people have talked about the fact that in a place like Madagascar, for example, that they're pushing some homegrown treatments and all of that. Can a case be made here for indigenous treatments, do you think, given your own experience?
In my experience, I would say yes, a case can be made. We know that a lot of our scientists are not adequately funded to do this rigorous process, this rigorous scientific process that I described. So if someone has a technique, a drug, a herb that they have tested in preclinical trials, that is maybe in the lab or amongst animals, or there's any indication that it can work, it is important that we pay attention and connect them to the people, maybe NAFDAC, the Federal Ministry of Health, the institutions that support the work of traditional medicine. So we need to connect them and then also support them with funding and mentorship. A lot of them might not know how to conduct these randomized clinical trials. These claims need to be validated. However, we see in the communities, people, social media will say, oh, something works. This is a cure. This leaf is a cure. This herb is a cure. However, nothing should be recommended as a cure for COVID-19, no matter what other health benefits it gives, until it goes through this rigorous process. So yes, we can make a case for them. Yes, we can support them, with funding, giving them attention, linking them to where their claims can be tested, investigated. And then you never know who says that a treatment, an accurate treatment, an effective and safe treatment for COVID-19 cannot come from Nigeria. I don't think that that is the case. I think that it can come from here.
Dr. Balogun, thank you so much for your time. Dr. Balogun joined us via Skype from the Lekki area of Lagos. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.